This is Vanessa Zamora. We're at SES San Jose, and joining me now is Brad Geddes of BG Theory. So Brad, what have you been up to?
A lot.
A lot, very busy.
So I still do the AdWords seminars with Google.
Yes.
And so those are 2 8-hour sessions. Those I'm writing a book on AdWords Q1 of '09. I'm working on a video series for AdWords Q1, Q2 of '09.
Okay.
And I do a couple clients, but I'm pretty specific in who I actually work with.
What's new in the AdWords space? Is it pretty consistent? And
AdWords, the only big change in AdWords really over the past 6 months is the new interface.
Okay.
And they launched a bid simulator tool, which lets you see different traffic rates based upon how much you may change your bid to.
Interesting.
Outside of those two, there's not...
Have you tested that?
Yeah, I've tested it some. It's only 2 weeks out now.
Okay.
I did some beta testing with it as well, and it looks fairly accurate, but of course with any tool you have to use some common sense.
Yeah. Of all the tools, what would you say are the best in your experience?
Free tools, paid tools.
Google free tools?
Google free tools. AdWords keyword tool, unbelievable tool.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great one. What people miss is the site spidering. So most people like type in the thesaurus lookup, right, and gives you data by keywords. With the site spidering, you can pretty much say any site out there you want to look at information for. And so often, I love the dictionary, I love thesaurus. I sit on my desk at work. And so dictionary.com, thesaurus.com, you can even do a search on those, put them in the tool.
That's very cool.
Free word tracker, you can spider. Your competitor sites, Google News results. And so I think a lot of people miss unique ways of using that tool. Google Insights for Search, fantastic tool.
I love it. I love to just play on it.
Yeah, Google Insights for Search is great. Because often with companies who are starting with small marketing budgets, where should I start?
Yeah.
Right, Google Insights gives them like a geography. You want to sell chocolates, you start in Salt Lake City. How do you know that? Actually, well, that's a well-known one, but you know, Google Insights actually shows that. SK tool, the search keyword tool, is another good one that Google has. Shows you suggested keywords based upon their spidering of your website. Google Sets. So that's another...
Google Sets.
Google Sets. It's labs.google.com/sets. So it's still a labs product, launched maybe 5-6 years ago. A lot of it was kind of like one of the early forays in LSI and semantic indexing and so forth. But where it's good is basically you put in a couple words and you say, show me other related kind of words here. And it's not good for keyword research. It's good for ad group research or synonym research. So say you do clothing and you're like, well, okay, I have small, medium, and large sizes, but there's all these different ways people write small, medium, large, XXL, XL, X/L, right? And so you could put in like 3 sizes and hit get me sets, and I'll show you a list of 50, 75 different ways that people actually search for sizes of clothes.
Yeah.
So it's a good one for either adjectives or to jumpstart thought processes. Google free tools. Those are the major ones.
So let's talk about your book. What are you covering in your book? What's the main theme?
It's really more for advanced AdWords topics. There's a lot of good books out there on beginning AdWords. But when you get to the next level of doing targeting, creating scenarios, what are techniques you can use to increase your AdWords spend? And so I'm really more focusing on those areas. So of course, you've keyword research, copywriting, content network, but I think people miss the point that, say, content network. I've got 2 full chapters on the content network. That if, say, you're launching a new product that gives stockbrokers real-time news analysis based upon the stock portfolio, how do you target that? So let's say first maybe you're doing a test market just here in San Francisco, and so you can create AdWords campaigns that say just show up in the New York Times business section if the article contains stock quote prices and the user is based in San Francisco, and it's maybe a Monday morning between 8 and 12. And only show my ad under those conditions. Well, that's obviously not a lot of people meet those conditions, but if your audience does meet them, that's great response rates. And so walking through creating scenarios of how do you target users with those. Bidding strategies. Because there's a lot of different ways to bidding, whether it's on a purely return on investment analysis, whether it is based upon your conversion rates by keyword position, whether day parting, demographic bidding. And so watch a lot of different bidding options as well.
Very complex stuff, yeah.
It's the next level. If you've done AdWords a couple years, buy this book. If you haven't done it for a couple years, start with like Andrew's book, and then buy this book.
Well, tonight, going to
Search
Bash.
Yep.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Are you going to be at PubCon too in Vegas?
Of course. Speaking at PubCon,
speaking.
I'm doing the training session, PubCon day 1.
Okay, awesome.
So day 1 training, Brian, Tim Ash, myself are doing the PPC track, conversion track, and then I don't remember who's doing the SEO track.
Well, all right, Brad, we're about out of time. Thanks for your time.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
It's a pleasure as always.